Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
Yeah. So you and I got to see a rainbow last week.
We did. There was a lot of these evenings where we kind of had these off and on showers and then
sun popping out.
And so it was either Tuesday or Wednesday night. I can't remember. I was like, this looks like conditions for a rainbow. And sure enough, I peeked out the window and there it was. And we grabbed our shoes, ran outside, and you snapped a picture.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about rainbows, but they just make me happy.
Yeah, well, it's a fun weather phenomena that people enjoy. And again, there's not many weather phenomena that make people want to get outside with their cameras as quick as possible.
I don't know. People from the Midwest hear about tornado warnings, and the first thing they do is go and open their front door to go look and see if they can see one.
Yeah, but that's not. Rainbows aren't going to hurt you.
Thank goodness.
A rainbow will not hurt you. But yeah, you snapped a pretty good picture of it, and I was already aware of this new rainbow chasing app, and so it kind of conveniently worked out that you had a picture for me to use for my story on 95.3 WVCK.com.
Yeah, and so the conditions are right, and you could see them, but this app is supposed to take some of the question marks out of this, make it easy for everyone.
Yep. In Michigan, we get a few good rainbows at least a few times a year. It can be really sporadic. You might see several in a short amount of time, and then you could go months or maybe even a year or two before conditions are right to see one again. But there's a fairly new app called Rainbow Chase, which has been developed and is designed to help provide more guidance into spotting rainbows. Lacey?
Yeah, it contains a map that uses your location and has guidelines and instructions to provide better visualization of rainbow viewing opportunities in your area, kind of help you get the best spots to see one as well. It launched in 2021. The sad news is, right now at least, Michigan at this time, the developers haven't quite got that far to get our state included in on this, but they plan to do that very soon. Yeah,
they're hoping to expand to all of North America. There is no exact date given. And currently it's only available on Apple devices, which I happen to have. So I downloaded the app to kind of check it out. And it's mostly Western states, but you can register so that when it's ready and they do make Michigan available, you'll be able to use it.
Definitely would come in handy. I would really enjoy, we've done storms, chasing them and whatnot, but it would be fun to go and chase rainbows.
Yeah, and if you keep it handy, maybe you're going to take a trip to the West Coast later this year. You could get some early use on it. It's available right now in Arizona, California, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Washington. It's the Rainbow Chase app, and I have a link to it if you're on your mobile device, and check out the story on our app. You can tap the link and it should take you to the download area. Again, keep in mind it's only for Apple users at this time. And again, not in Michigan quite yet.
But if it had been on Friday, I heard there was a bunch of rainbows that were spotted over in Detroit.
Okay, so they had some similar conditions going on.
Yeah, I guess it was one rainbow after another, the weather conditions for them on Friday, which also was home opener for the Tigers. Mm-hmm. So very exciting day indeed.
Yep. This is the time of year where we often get some of that typical Michigan wait 5 minutes weather. And the wait 5 minutes weather is sometimes conducive for rainbows.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with a look at your news and weather. I've only been tubing a couple times, but it was when I was being pulled behind a boat.
Oh, okay.
Like a speedboat, yeah.
All right. You know what? I think I've done that before, too, as well. I forgot about that.
I will say that's a very good arm workout.
Yeah.
Holding on for dear life.
Did whitewater rafting in West Virginia several years ago, and it was some of the better ones in the country as far as the different levels that it goes. And we had a really good guide who was kind of helping us so we didn't flip over and fall.
If I remember correctly, your family's experience whitewater rafting ended up being a promotional video for
It did, yeah, for New River Gorge in West Virginia. It's a very awesome spot to do whitewater rafting if you're ever looking for a good one.
Yeah, I didn't get to go on that trip with you, but you and I have done a lot of kayaking on our rivers, although I have not tubed on any of our rivers.
Yep, but there are 5 really good ones. I mean, there's plenty of good ones in
there's
West
more
Michigan.
than 5, yeah.
But we've narrowed it down to 5 that you can check out in West Michigan if you're...
Because eventually it's going to be warm enough.
Yeah, eventually it'll be warm enough. We're moving in the right direction over the next few days. Then we're going to move in the wrong direction.
Take a couple steps back, a few steps forward,
That's how April goes. But with the warmer weather, you're probably wanting to plan some outdoor adventures to get out in the sun. And what's better than some river tubing?
The first place on the list in Hastings, the Thornapple River.
Yep, just outside of Lansing. It runs about 88 miles. So there's tons of spots where you could launch a boat, a kayak, or a canoe, or a tube. If you want to relax and drift down the river in a tube without having to worry about plotting your course, they have a place you can rent from in the area. They've been helping people enjoy the Thornapple River since 1966.
You know, there is something to be said about renting from some of the services. A lot of times they offer drop-off and pickup as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One less thing to worry about.
Yeah, make it a little bit easier for you. The second one, Lacey, Rogue River in Rockford.
Yep, the Rogue River in Rockford, just north of Grand Rapids, is another option for a lazy summer day. The river itself is about 48 miles long. If you're looking to rent a kayak, canoe, tube, whatever you might be looking for, AAA Canoe and Kayak Rentals is one of the more popular options. You can find their locations because they have actually 2 separate locations and their hours. We have a link on our website for that.
Yeah.
But it looks like a lot of fun. Yeah. Third option, White River and Montague, Brandon.
This one on the shore of Lake Michigan, Lacey, smaller town that includes the White River. They have some campgrounds with boat launches, so you could stay there, or if you just want to do a day trip, check out the Happy Mohawk Canoe Livery. They've been operating since 1963, and like the other ones on the list, we have information about pricing and how to get involved there on our website.
Number 4 in the Flat River in Belding. Flat River in Belding is about 70 miles long. Sitting on the river is Double R Ranch, which offers camping, horseback riding, and canoe tube rentals. Your tubing trip will last either 1 to 2 hours, depending on where you launch from. And you can find all the prices in that on our website if you find this story.
All right. And the final one here is the Muskegon River in Newaygo. So not in Muskegon. This is actually a little bit further north. The longest river on the list is the Muskegon River, running 216 miles long and lots of space for both kayaking and tubing. The most popular resource for tubing and rentals seems to be the Wisner Canoeing site. They offer a 4-mile or 6-mile trip, depending on how long you want to go. And again, like the others, we have rates and the locations on our website. So there's a few fun spring options for you to give a try.
I'm just disappointed St. Joseph River's not on there, depending on what time of year you go and how high the river is. Mm-hmm. That could be a pretty lazy river, but on the other hand, if there's a lot of melt and runoff happening, a lot of rain, it could be rather fast.
Yeah, one time we went kayaking on the St. Joseph River, and the water was up, and we were moving right along. We didn't have to do too much. And then there was another time the river was way down, and it was quite a workout.
I thought you were going to talk about the time I almost died.
I was going to let you decide if you wanted to give that a quick mention or not.
Oh, yeah. The time I almost died.
You fell out.
I did. There was large branch debris being held up by some old pillars that were once part of a bridge. And they were up the water was high. It was moving fast. And, I hit it, flipped over, got caught up, and it was no fun. Thankfully, you were there, my sister was there, and I was no worse for the wear. And
the best part about it, and this is something everybody should keep in mind if they're in a situation, is you didn't panic.
No, I had I had a life jacket on. I did not panic. You and another friend that was with us were able to go fetch the canoe I was using, and my sister stayed with me while I was relentlessly pounded up against all this debris, the wood that had been stuck by those pillars. I had trouble catching my breath.
And all that was lost was a towel.
Yeah, we lost an old beach towel, which I am pretty thankful that that's all we lost that day.
All right. Well, what do we got in the weather today?
The weather today, cloudy, periods of showers by afternoon. We're going to have a high in the mid-60s. Tonight, rain possible for early evening, then decreasing clouds and clear skies, a low in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, showers, thunderstorms by evening, and a high in the mid-60s. Right now, it is sunny and 50 degrees. First, we're going to tell you how you can tour the globe without leaving Michigan.
Sounds very complicated.
You would think it would be, and I promise you a computer is not involved.
No, basically, there's a lot of towns in Michigan that have unique names. Of course, we know many of them. Bad Axe is one of my favorite. We lived in that area. Colon and Climax. People like to make funny jokes about the names of those cities. But we do have some famous some towns named after famous cities in other parts of the world.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a unique road trip to explore pure Michigan, well, we've got the plan for you, especially with gas prices being what they are. It's kind of hard to afford an international flight.
Yeah, it is.
So the first stop on our world tour takes us to Norway, Michigan.
Yeah. Now, if you want to go to Norway, the country, you're going to travel 3,730 miles. But the one in Michigan, not so far away. It's in the Upper Peninsula, though, so you will go a little bit. It's near the Wisconsin border. It was apparently named after a forest of Norway pines near the town's original site. Only about 3,000 people live there, according to census records.
Now, if you wanted to go to Netherlands and visit Holland, it would be over 4,000 miles. However, Holland, Michigan, a little bit closer of a drive. The city was settled by Dutch separatists in 1847. Holland has strong ties to its Dutch roots as they are internationally known for their Tulip Time celebration, which happens in May. People come from all over the world to visit and take part in that celebration and see over 6 million tulips in bloom. There is also a 250-year-old Dutch windmill that was brought over from the Netherlands. And De Zwaan is the oldest authentic working Dutch windmill in the entire United States.
And among some of the cities on this list, Holland kind of has the look of a European city, too.
Probably all those Dutch settlers.
Yeah, and Tulip Time, coming up next month. How about a trip to Frankfurt? There's one in Germany that's over 4,000 miles away, but we have a Frankfurt right here in Michigan. It hails itself as the gateway to the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. It's located along M22 in Benzie County. There's 2 lighthouses there, the Point Betsy Lighthouse and the Frankfurt North Breakwater Lighthouse.
And if you were heading to Jordan, the country, over 6,000 miles away, of course, East Jordan, Michigan, a much more easier drive. East Jordan's a very small community of about 2,300 located in Charlevoix County, known for its logging and ironworks. It's named for the nearby Jordan River. And
there's, of course, the River Jordan, I think is what they call it on the other side of the world. Waterloo, Waterloo.
That doesn't sound anything like ABBA.
That's a city in Michigan. There's a Waterloo in Belgium as well, though. That's over 4,300 miles away. It's actually a small unincorporated community that had a population of around 2,800 in the last census. And this one is probably one of the closest ones to Battle Creek. It's in Jackson County between Ann Arbor and Jackson.
And next stop on our world tour, how about Manchester, England? That's going to be over 3,600 miles away if you're looking for perhaps a spot to tea or some fish and chips. Of course, a little bit easier of a drive if you're going to Manchester, Michigan. It's a small village located within Washtenaw County. It's actually named after Manchester, New York. The village hosts an annual chicken boil, which serves up 12,000 pounds of broiled chicken meals in a 4-hour span. That's a lot.
Wow.
The 2010 Rob Reiner film Flipped was actually filmed there.
All right. And another one from England, of course, London, 3,700 miles away if you're going to London, England. But London, Michigan was established in 1833. And again, it's another unincorporated community located within London Township. There used to be a post office there, but that one closed a long time ago in 1905. And current population estimate at around 3,000 in London, Michigan. We have more on our journey.
Absolutely. Like Milan, Italy, a fashion capital, perhaps. But Milan, Michigan maybe not quite the fashion capital of our state. Population of nearly 6,000. It was first settled in 1831. The city was originally known as Tolanville and then later Farmerville, but it was changed to Milan in 1836. Some of its oldest structures, like the community house, still stand today. Downtown Milan is on the National Register of Historic Places as well.
All right, next stop, Gibraltar. The country Gibraltar is 7,800 miles away, but Gibraltar, Michigan is 12 miles south of Detroit. It was founded in 1811, and the census there has them at around 4,600 residents. Looks like it's right there near the St. Clair River.
And next stop on our journey is Dundee. The Dundee in Scotland, located over 6,000 miles away. The one here in Michigan is known as the hub of the highways due to the intersection of major roadways of M50 US 23 that pass through the village's center. Dundee is located within Monroe County, the downtown district, also on the National Register of Historic Places, thanks to some old structures like the Old Mill and the River Raisin National Battlefield Park. Joel Dean, the founder of the famous upscale grocery chain Dean and DeLuca, is actually from Dundee.
Well, how about that? Want to go to China?
Yeah, let's hop a train.
13,000 miles away to actual China, but we do have a China in Michigan as well. This one is located near the city of St. Clair. China Township is comprised mostly of agriculture and residential land, a small amount of retail there, only 3,500 residents in the last census, and it was named after the city of China located in Maine.
How about Johannesburg, South Africa? This is probably one of the most furthest away of the areas you'd be trying to visit. 17,000 miles away, over that amount.
Wow.
Of course, Johannesburg, Michigan, much easier drive. A small unincorporated community. Johannesburg's about 10 miles from Gaylord. It's home of the Polish restaurant, the Old Depot, and the Johannesburg post office. They have 2 churches, a pub, as well as Johannesburg Lake.
And we'll go to Germany for our next stop, Hanover, Germany, 7,500 plus miles away. But Hanover, Michigan is a place you can go to as well. Also not too far from Battle Creek. It's in Jackson County, a small village of only about 441 people in the census. It's known for the Lee Conklin Organ Museum, which has over 100 fully restored and working antique reed organs. And Olympic sports shooter Dean Hudnut was actually born in Hanover, Michigan. We do have a couple of bonus cities for fun.
I was just going to say, I wonder if Hanover makes pretzels.
Oh, that would make sense. Those are some of my favorite. The Snyders of Hanover.
Yeah. So our bonus communities include Paradise. Can't go far without trying to stop at Paradise, Michigan. It's an unincorporated community in Chippewa County. It's considered the gateway to Whitefish Point and Tacamanon Falls in Michigan's UP. The Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum is located in Paradise, as are a set of fictional crime novels written by author Steve Hamilton. He's a Michigan, as well as Michigan-born singer-songwriter Sufjan Stevens, who wrote a song for the widows in Paradise and for the fatherless in Ypsilanti regarding the village.
And if you're going to go to Paradise in Michigan, you have to go to hell, too. Of course, that's a favorite of many people in Michigan. It's a place all its own. The unincorporated community of Hell in Livingston County has actually no defined boundaries or any stats for population. There's a number of theories regarding the unique name, which actually became official in 1841. Of course, Hell relies heavily on tourism because there's plenty of it they can do with that name. Visitors can burn mail at the Hell Post Office. You can get married at Hell's Chapel of Love or become the mayor of Hell, even if you want, or visit the Hell Hole Diner.
Oh, what a unique name.
They always, and then whenever we have those really, really cold days, they say,
Hell froze over.
Hell froze over.
Well, if you'd like to read more about this, you can find it on our website at 953wbck.com. You're just going to want to look for Tour the Globe without leaving the mitten. These Michigan cities have famous namesakes. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with a look at your weather. But if you're looking for a place that you're going to want to check in and never leave because of good reasons, well, Battle Creek Unlimited has unveiled their $59 million plan for McCamley Plaza Hotel. Now, it's something that's been talked about for a number of years now, but a solid plan is being put forth now.
Yeah, it seems like we've been hearing about this for a number of years now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the hotel has been closed for quite some time. It's kind of gone back and forth at different points, like what they're going to do. I think there was a plan announced that didn't come through.
I think the Battle Creek Unlimited has taken over ownership of the hotel, and the owners that were in there before were supposed to get started on some work, and there were delays, and nothing came of it, which led to BCU taking over ownership so they could get the project moving forward.
Yeah, but now plans have been unveiled for a major renovation and a reimagined use of it. Battle Creek Unlimited, along with 50 Capital Ave Development Corporation, have unveiled the plans and a timeline for renovation of the former McCamley Plaza Hotel, which will now operate as a DoubleTree by Hilton, as well as the adjacent McCamley Place.
Now, the newly released plans call for a $59 million overhaul of the 265,000 square foot complex. That'll include demolition of McCamley Place, which a smaller building will be rebuilt over that area.
Yeah, and the work is actually scheduled to begin this month.
Yeah, they're going to begin tearing down McCamley Place this month. And the renovations are going to include complete upgrades to all the mechanical and the heating cooling system, as well as 5 new elevators being installed. All the guest rooms, the lobby, the ballroom, meeting spaces are all going to have be completely brand new. And the building's going to get new roofs, high efficiency windows, a whole refreshed exterior as well.
Wow, it'll be amazing to see what that looks like and how it fits into the Battle Creek skyline. Among the exciting changes will be a new restaurant with a farm-to-table menu, a bar, a beer garden, and a new kitchen. The reimagined space will have over 24,000 square feet of meeting space, Lacey.
And the hotel's 16th floor is going to have a cocktail lounge with panoramic views of the city, complemented by 3 meeting spaces that can be configured for different significant events. And you actually do get to see what this looks like in the skyline for Battle Creek. They actually shared a video, illustrated video that kind of give you an idea of what they are expecting, what their vision is.
Yeah, so when it's all done, the hotel will have 180,000 square feet of space with 239 guest rooms. And it, again, will operate as a DoubleTree by Hilton and be managed by 6 p.m. Hospitality Partners. They expect to reopen it sometime during the third quarter of 2023, around fall time next year.
Yeah, and the hotel is going to include a workforce training educational component with about 165 jobs, and they're going to be the first teaching hotel of its kind for the entire area. BCU is working closely with the local regional workforce education partners so that they can give area youth and residents training and career opportunities.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice little addition to this thing. Now, some people may wonder about this demolition of McCamley Place. It will not include Festival Market Square, a very popular place. No worries there. And with the new space, there will be a ticket office for Kellogg Arena. There's some new bathrooms and a restaurant in that area, and they will do an extension for the hotel lobby. They're even going to add some outdoor green space to complement the existing Festival Market Square structure. Again, that demolition will start later this month. We'll let you know if it affects any routes in the downtown area as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're actually in the final stages of financing this project. This includes working with senior lenders at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. So right now they have $30 million in grants already secured through a host of different agencies such as the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, Miller Foundation, the state of Michigan, City of Battle Creek's ARPA funds, Calhoun County's ARPA funds, Kellogg Company, and Calhoun County Visitors and Convention Bureau, Consumers Energy, Bronson Battle Creek Community Hospital, just to name some of them.
Yeah, this is going to be very exciting. Of course, in the last couple of years, what was called the Heritage Tower became the Milton and reopened, and it's nice to see that building thriving once again in downtown.
I'll tell you, this artist rendering of the proposed DoubleTree by Hilton is very beautiful. And I really want to encourage everybody, when you scroll down there, you're going to see a link so you can check out video of the artist renderings for what this is going to look like in our city.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it'll have a more modern look for the downtown skyline in Battle Creek. Very cool stuff.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with maybe your cash code. It was really sunny out yesterday, and if you're looking for something fun to do to make the most of this sunshine, how about heading out to a carnival?
Yep, the carnival continues. We talked about it a little bit last week, but it's happening in the parking lot of Lakeview Square Mall. I saw a drone photo from Mr. Patman.
Oh, yeah?
Patman's Dronography. We featured him a couple of times. He did some good ones at the Christmas parade a few months ago.
Man,
he goes around.
Maybe we'll have to see if he'll let us use those for an article perhaps today, and let everybody take a look at those photos.
Yeah, we need to get him on the show too to talk about this cool stuff he does with the drones.
Well, he's got a good sense of humor too.
Yeah, he does. He did like a Elf on the Shelf thing too for Christmas.
Right, and if Santa Claus trusts him to let him cover top secret missions like that, I mean, come on.
And he's been taking these drone images all over the city. He's gone over the Kellogg factory. He's gone over the mall, several other spots around town, and just gets these unique overhead views.
Like the parade from the holidays.
Yep. But he did one about, it was last Thursday or Friday, or it must have been Friday. That's when this carnival kicked off at Lakeview Square Mall that is happening there for a little while. It has some rides for the kids, all the food that you would expect at a carnival as well.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of information on this, but what more do you need to know? You know what typical fair food is. You're going to find some homemade lemonades, corn dogs, probably some elephant ears, and maybe a brat, something like that, some hot dogs.
Yeah.
But all the fun started on Friday, right outside the Lakeview Square Mall. The exact location is the parking lot outside of Barnes & Noble, and it's on the kind of the southeastern side of the building, and it's running through April 16th.
All right. So that's something fun you can check out in Battle Creek. Also want to quickly mention there's a Mac and Cheese Fest coming back to the Kalamazoo area in June. If you're interested in that, the Mac and Cheese Festival is returning this summer. It happens Saturday, the 18th of June, and Sunday, the 19th of June at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo.
If you attended the Mac and Cheese Festival in the past, you already know tickets sell out very, very quickly. So if you think you might be interested, go ahead and get those tickets now, and I don't think you'll have any trouble finding somebody to take them if you find out that you got something else planned that day. If you want to be a VIP for Mac and Cheese as well as the beer, that's going to cost you $55. Of course, you're going to have to be 21 years old in order to get that. For being a VIP just for the Mac and Cheese, which would probably be me, I would only want to have the Mac and Cheese. I'm not a beer drinker much, but that's going to cost you $40. General admission for the Mac and Cheese as well as the beer, $40. General admission for just the Mac, $30.
Yep, and there's going to be all sorts of different types of mac and cheese. Lacey has considered maybe wanting to enter as one of the vendors.
No, I didn't. Don't lie to people. I did not. I simply said I might make some at home soon because I haven't made any homemade mac and cheese in a while.
I still benefit from that, too. Sorry, y'all.
Well, I think it's time we take a quick break, and we'll be back with a look at your weather. 95.3 WBCK. Joining us now, Michelle Lennon for our Miles for Memory moment. Good morning, Michelle.
Well, good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. How are you doing so far?
Well, the sun is peaking. I think I'm good. I'm on the right side of the dirt, so I'm a happy camper.
Always a good way to start the week. Absolutely. So one of the first signs of Alzheimer's or other dementias is forgetfulness, but forgetting where you put your keys isn't always a sign of dementia, is it?
Oh, that is so true. Lord have mercy. That's me every day. Many of us do. Become more forgetful, obviously, as kind of the aging process. We can get distracted, setting our keys down and not remembering where we did, or watching an old movie and not remembering your favorite actor or actress. That can definitely happen to the best of us. But if you're seeing it, more often, that's definitely a time maybe to sit down and go and see your physician and, see if there's something that they can run some simple tests and that can be done. And it's always better to know than to worry, isn't it?
It is. And sometimes there could be something very simple and very easily corrected that could be causing the issue.
Sure. And if the tests do show signs of dementia, the nice thing is, in this day and age, there are medications and lifestyle changes that we're aware of that can be beneficial in slowing down the progression of the disease. And, on the other hand, if the doctor says you're not doing, so fine, there are many things you can do to help your memory.
Yep, and one of them is taking a class, maybe learning something new and fun to do.
Oh, definitely. Like for me, I've never been, I think I'm artistic, but my hands aren't necessarily artistic. And, maybe picking up that skill and just something new, learn that new skill of maybe painting or scrapbooking or pottery or something like that. And just be able to kind of tap into that different side of your brain.
And I see your next tip. This is something that I try to practice quite often, but putting your stuff in a same place.
Yes, that's a great habit to form, isn't it? I think we can do that throughout our lives, but certainly if we are becoming a little forgetful, placing your keys in the same spot every day, your calendar, having a calendar written out with very specific times and what have you can keep you a little more organized and definitely help keep you on track.
Absolutely. And you've got some other helpful hints of just easy stuff that we can do regularly to kind of ward off the dementia.
Yes. And these are things I think, regardless of dementia or anything, just making it a good practice to eat well. Have a routine of some form of exercise in your daily routine. Try considering, if you like to have a cocktail, maybe not drinking in excess, and getting help, if you're feeling down or depressed. And definitely take advantage of spending time with your family and friends, getting out to lunch. Go to the theater, go to the zoo, the museum, whatever it may be. Just finding something to put in your daily life that lifts you.
And, volunteering is a great way to kind of give back to your community as well and keep active.
Oh, definitely. And volunteering can hit so many, parts of your whole holistic person. You're becoming active. You're giving back to the community. And, it's that camaraderie amongst folks like-minded that want to have purpose. And I think volunteering gives a lot of people purpose. And like I said, you can create some great friendships, fellowship through doing volunteer work for sure.
All right. Michelle Lennon with us, our Miles for Memory moment, which we do every week to try to help with solutions for those impacted by dementia in Calhoun County through movement, programming, and research. Where should people go if they want to find more information?
Absolutely. Go to www.milesformemories.org.
Michelle Lennon for our Miles for Memory moment. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you again real soon.
Oh, thank you so much. Take care.
95.3 WBCK. Of course, Brandon and I this morning have to give some news that I don't think is going to make a lot of people very happy, but nonetheless, it was not our decision to even make.
No, it was not. Rank has decided to move on from the radio station, and he will no longer be hosting the Live with Rank program. His final program aired Friday morning from 9 until noon.
And we're going to read part of a message that if you go to his Facebook page that you could read for yourselves. And it says, to all my listeners, first and foremost important, I want to thank all my listeners over the last 15 years. Yes, it has been 15 years. I'm humbled that you would listen to me as you took our Monday through Friday 3-hour journey together through life. There has been quite a few ups and downs, but we still strive to become more informed in what has been going on all around us. And he goes on to say that some of you emailed and messaged him on Friday and thought something was up due to the tone of his voice. And he says, yes, indeed, something was up. And on Friday, April 8th, he decided to turn off his microphone and make his famous final scene. So Rink has decided to retire, and he says from the bottom of his heart, he truly appreciates everyone who listened to his show, and I think that's about all you can say about that. But not an April Fool's joke. Obviously, we're well past April 1st, but Friday was Rink's last show.
Yeah, he kind of wanted to go out quietly. He had said that to us when we got a chance to talk to him afterwards. Didn't want to do a bunch of big fanfare, so that's why some of you may be caught off guard this morning with this news. It wasn't like a goodbye episode necessarily.
And it was something we didn't even know on Friday. When he came in to host his final show, that was something we were unaware that it would be his final show.
Yep. But just so everyone's aware, we're all on good terms with each other. There was no pressure. There was nothing behind the scenes.
There was no political agenda.
No.
It was just a decision that Rink came to. And like I said, you can read his message to everyone on his Facebook page, Rink Live. But it was a decision he came to. He said it's been on his mind for a few years and finally kind of came to a decision.
Yep. So what we will have on from 9 until noon for the time being is the Mike Gallagher Show, which has been the program that we've normally used when Rank would take vacation or personal time off. And so that's what we'll have on the morning slot from 9 until noon for the foreseeable future while we take a look at everything. But we want to wish Rank nothing but the best.
Absolutely nothing but the best on this next phase of his life and whatever adventures he decides to move on to next.
Absolutely. And we'll be in touch with him. We've certainly told him, don't be a stranger. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know what you're going to be doing now as you move away from radio and move on with your life.
On that note, it's time for us to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.